In the aftermath of the failed assassination attempt against Donald Trump on Saturday, Trump spoke on the phone with Robert F. Kennedy Jr. This phone call, apparently despite RFK's intentions, was recorded and now has been leaked. And the content of this phone call is extraordinarily troubling. There are two elements to this. First of all, on the phone with RFK, Trump expresses anti-vaccine sentiment that I've never heard from Trump before. And it lines up very much with what RFK believes. In addition to this, Trump talks about how we are going to win, to which RFK says, yeah. And there's a few interpretations of that, which we will talk about. So let's get into this video.
I agree with you, man. Something's wrong with that whole system. And, and it's the doctors you find. Remember I said I want to do small doses. Small doses. When you feed a baby, Bobby, a vaccination that has like 38 different vaccines, and it looks like it's meant for a horse, not a 10-pound or 20-pound baby. It looks like you should be giving a horse this. And do you ever see the size of it, right? It's just massive. And then you see the baby all of a sudden starting to change radically. I've seen it too many times. And then you hear that it doesn't have an impact, right? But you and I talked about that a long time ago.
So Trump here saying you give babies vaccines, all of a sudden they change. And this is right in line with the sort of thing that RFK and people in his universe have been pushing.
And anyway, I would love you to do so. And I think it'll be so good for you and so big for you. And we're going to win. We're going to win. We're way ahead of the guy.
There it is. We're going to win. We're way ahead of the guy. And Bobby says, yeah. Now, yeah could be, I understand you believe that. Yeah could be, I do believe you're going to win. Yeah could be, I consider myself part of the we with you, Donald Trump, suggesting that there is some kind of shared goal between Trump and RFK of making sure that Trump wins. You could interpret that a whole bunch of ways, and I will leave it to you.
And, he's interesting. It was very nice, actually. He called me, and he said, how did you choose to move to the right? So I guess that's, people say, if I was looking straight on, right? He said, I was just showing a chart. I didn't have to tell him the chart was on all the people pouring into our country, right? But I just turned my head to show the chart, and something wrapped me. It felt like a giant, like the world's largest mosquito. And it was a bullet going right. What do they call that, an AR-15 or something? That was a big gun. Those are pretty tough guns, right?
So, how do we even take this apart? First of all, is this Trump's real belief about vaccines, or is Trump doing the thing that sometimes is done, where you kind of adjust your opinion based on who you're talking to? Trump certainly will adjust his opinion, we know, from what people say to him right before he goes on stage or the latest thing he was told. But does Trump also try to kind of placate people by espousing their views when he gets on the phone with them or not? We just don't know. We just don't know. This is 100 seconds of a phone call whose total duration I'm not totally clear on. And then, of course, we are going to win. And RFK says, yeah. And the only really benign interpretation is that RFK is just saying, I got you. You believe you're going to win. At the same time, it could very much mean, I agree that you're going to win, and yet I am staying in this race for reasons that are undefinable, or maybe to help you win. And then, of course, we are going to win. Trump uses the royal we all the time. So I think it's probably a little bit of a stretch to consider that Trump meant we, as in RFK and Trump, will win by virtue of Trump getting elected. But I'll tell you, I don't know. A wild phone call whose implications are potentially far-reaching. It apparently was not meant to be released. RFK tweeted or put out a statement that he's horrified that it was released, but it was, and this is the content, and it is pretty bonkers stuff. I think one of the most interesting recent developments in medicine is our new understanding of how metabolism impacts aspects of our health. And that's why I love our sponsor, Lumen. Lumen's the world's first handheld metabolic coach. Quite simply, it's just a device that measures your metabolism through your breath. And on the app, it'll tell you if you're burning fat or carbs. And on that basis, it'll give you tailored guidance with the goal of improving nutrition, workouts, sleep, even stress management. All you have to do is breathe into your Lumen first thing in the morning. You'll know what's going on with your metabolism, whether you're burning mostly fats or carbs. And then Lumen will give you a personalized nutrition plan for the day that's based on those particular measurements. Now, you can also breathe into it before or after workouts and meals, which gives you other sets of actionable insights. Your metabolism is like your body's engine. It's how your body turns food into fuel, and it keeps you going and feeling good. And Lumen will give you a better understanding of that. Go to lumen.me/Pacman to get 15% off your Lumen. The link is in the description.